What got you interested in space originally? Is there a moment in your childhood that you...
I've been interested in space from my earliest years, and certainly followed all the Mercury flights and the flights of the chimpanzees and all the rest, and not sure I ever envisioned myself as being an astronaut, but certainly wanted to be close to the program. And it's been very exciting to work as part of the team involved in our nation's space program, both in the Air Force and with NASA, and now working with the commercial industry.
Getting back to this current conference, Space Vision 2011, the SEDS conference here in Boulder, what panel were you on this morning, and what was discussed?
This morning I was on a panel on the Commercial Crew Program. So of course that involves NASA's effort to help industry to develop the capability to take our U.S. astronauts to and from the International Space Station. Now that the space shuttle has been retired, we're basically relying on the Russians to provide our transportation until we can get U.S. companies up and running. So there are a number of firms that have Space Act agreements, and we'll eventually have contracts with NASA to help them along that path. And of course, we're working very closely both with the companies themselves in order to get launch licenses, since these are commercial launches we're talking about, and with NASA to take advantage of their experience and their knowledge in human spaceflight.
This afternoon, you're going to be giving a keynote address, and this is going up a couple of weeks from now. So, give us a little preview of what you're going to talk about this afternoon, if you can.
Well, one of the things I find is that many people do not really understand what commercial space is all about. If you say space to them, they immediately assume you're talking about NASA. So, a lot of what I end up doing is going out and talking to people about the commercial space transportation environment, what's happening, how we got to where we are, some of the particularly important events in the history, things like the Ansari X Prize and the various pieces of legislation that have been through Congress that provide the direction and guidance for us as we try to do our job. And so I'll just talk a little bit about who we are, what we do, and what's been going on in commercial space. And that's a story that a lot of people haven't heard, and I think they'll find interesting.
So you talk about the Jeff Graysons, the Mark Sorangelos, the Dave Mastins,
all the ones that are really doing it. You bet. And we work with all of them, so it's very interesting. I would just like to emphasize that this is a very exciting time for the nation and its space program. With the retirement of the shuttle, some people assume that the space program is over, or that we no longer are interested in putting people to space, and that is absolutely not the case. And in fact, in just the next few years, we're going to be seeing some very exciting things happening, not only in support of the International Space Station, but also space tourism. I can see in just the next few years, multiple companies flying their vehicles on suborbital space flights several times a week. And if you add that up, that means we're going to be seeing hundreds of launches every year with thousands of people having the opportunity to personally experience spaceflight. And it's true, that's only a suborbital flight. Been there, done that. But thinking back, it was pretty exciting when Alan Shepard did that, and Gus Grissom way back when. And now we're opening that up to not just specially selected, highly trained individual, but anyone that can afford a ticket. And I think that's really going to change how we think about human spaceflight. It won't just be the government employees that get to do that. It'll be your family, your neighbors, your co-workers, people that you interact with, and they're going to have that opportunity. I think that's really going to energize the nation about space again in a way that we haven't seen since the Apollo days.